coming to you live on your chin. Oh, kid. Oh. This is the Going Deep show. Shut up. Fuck.
Let's do this. I want to go deep. Fighting for the powers of evil. Because good is dumb, it's Going Deep show. I'm the kid. Joining me as the usual, Mr. Kleen. What's up?
Greetings, everyone. Morning, kid. How you doing?
So far, so happiness. So far, so happiness.
Happiness.
Whoa, I said penis. Woo! I think we should do something where we try to get people to say happiness, and then we just cut the happa part out, and then we just get them like a bunch of clips of them saying penis.
Penis.
What do you think of that? What's
penis.
I like that idea.
There you go.
I'm full of ideas, dudes and dudettes, or dudicles, or Zim Zers, Zizazis, Elabenopees, LBGTs, Zizazizu, Zizu, Kamakamakwaka, say Mama Sama Makusas, all of you. I'm on board, okay? I'm never going to tell you not to be yourself here, because that's all I request of you. To not tell me what to fucking be, okay?
You can be yourself, and we highly encourage you to play with yourself, just not in front of us.
Play.
Unless you're a hot female.
Wait, I'm going to turn it. I got it echoing here. I always do this. I like to jam before.
I know.
You like to get the jams.
Out, man.
Like to either, what do they call it? You get the jams kicking?
You can tell our age, jams.
You like to rock it out. You like
rock
to
it out. Rock out with your cock out?
Rock with your cock out. You like to get jiggy with it.
Yep. No.
Get
jiggy with it.
Endo said something the other day that was like very her era and not my era at all. And I said, do you realize what you just did? I said, that's like the equivalent of me saying, let's get jiggy with it. It's exactly what it was. It was hilarious. I was like,
awesome.
I'm like, oh, you're getting, she said something. I can't even remember what the fuck it was that she said, but it was like very, oh yeah, time to get. Is that like when I got jiggy with it back when Will Smith was getting jiggy with it? What the fuck is that jiggy
You know,
with
the funny thing is in 5 years, the younger kids will consider her old.
Who, her?
Yeah, 5 years.
She's already fucking old,
no,
man.
Like our kids will consider her old.
They already do.
Do they?
Oh God, yes. Come on,
Yeah, that's true. They kind of do.
Once you hit 30,
I'm like ancient compared to my daughter.
If you hit 30, once you hit 30, you're done for, dude.
I'm 35 years older than my daughter, so.
No, it doesn't matter. Once 30 is like the cutoff. Everybody's like, oh, midlife, I got my second this, I got my everybody. I feel better at 50 than I do when I. No, you don't. You just don't. It's impossible. Your body tries to tell you, oh, today I got a good day. I woke up. I don't ache. I don't pain. Yeah, when you were that age, you didn't give a flying fuck. You just got up. Everything was fine. You didn't even think about it. The fact of the matter, you think about it now means that, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
we try to fool ourselves. Our brains are that way.
I just got a twisted idea.
Let's do it.
When my
twisted, bitch.
Well, not twisted, but when my daughter hits 18, let's have her in studio. A year and a half.
I'm fine with that. I don't have any problem with that. And well,
she's got my sense of humor, so she'd probably do pretty damn good.
It's funny you say that because we're getting into our golden age when it comes to the podcast now. We've done this for well over 17 years, almost 18 years. Yeah. Because Kleen, your kid wasn't alive when we started this show.
No,
You're talking about when she turns 18.
We started in 2004.
So, right now we're dealing with my child and her. Oh God, Kleen, her on social. When your daughter like came into her own with her phone. Let's talk about this. Is our personal time here. We always talk about at the beginning of the show. What age range did you give her a phone or let her have a phone? Does she have a phone still? What is it? Give me the lowdown.
And I got her a prepaid phone at first.
Did you do that to kind of track her?
No, I did that to kind of just, I didn't want to pay a monthly bill for her and stuff like that. And I was teaching her responsibility because she used to misplace and lose stuff all the time. So the first thing I did is I got her an iPod.
Right.
And I said, you lose the iPod, it's done.
So she started losing technology.
And then she was responsible with that. I said, okay, you can get a phone. So I got her a prepaid phone. She did really good with that for like 6 months. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just throw you on my contract. You showed responsibility. And I threw her, the add-on phone, whatever,
So you did it right, Kleen. I did it wrong. My kid, I don't even know what age she was. Her mother's like, let's get her phones. We can communicate with her that way. I'm like, oh, God.
I did that for sports reasons, the phone. So it was kind of more greedy in my behalf. So
what we're dealing with right now is the aftermath of our savior Steve Jobs, who created all of these wonderful things. Okay, don't get me wrong, the guy was amazing. He thought of great things.
He was cool. He was one of my idols.
He was a badass. He created some stuff. The world has definitely changed because he came into the world and made all the devices that we have. He's also fucked everything up, if you think about it.
Yeah, he really has. Social interaction is definitely fucked up because of phones.
Social
Smartphones
interaction
have fucked everything.
Everybody's. If you want to be attracted to a human being now, you have to look through your screen into their screen and the camera that comes up into their face, because all you see is the top of these stupid jackasses' heads. That's all it is. So
yeah, the social interaction is definitely fucked. But another thing that has actually improved for the morons, it has.
Wait, that's me.
Autocorrect.
I'm a moron.
Autocorrect helps somewhat.
Okay.
Sometimes
All right.
it fucks things up.
Now, Kleen, I agree with you 100,000%.
People that can't spell bear, you know.
Who can't spell bear?
Like some people probably can't, you know.
Like bear,
I'm just using the
Kleen,
word.
Wait a minute. Where's my quiz music, Kleen? Where's my quiz music?
Oh, God, I got to answer how to spell bear.
Kleen, where's my quiz music?
I know how to spell bear because I would fall in the bear category of the gay men, I guess, because that's what my gay friends tell me.
Spell bear naked.
Bear naked, BEAR. What? It's not all. It's
bear naked is different than an actual fucking bear.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
BARE.
Yes.
Naked.
See, Kleen,
I was thinking bear. I was thinking bear in like a sense of bear.
I know this. I could be completely wrong. Listen,
No, I think you're correct.
I have an artist brain.
It is correct. You are correct. BARE.
I am not here to laugh or wag my finger or point at Mr. Kleen for being wrong, because I'm an artist.
Yeah,
I get things wrong constantly all day. And
so you had me set up though, because you had me thinking bear right from the beginning. I'm thinking bear. So I'm like, he's gonna ask me how to spell bear. So I'm like, he says bear, spell bear naked, and I'm like, BRE, bear. That's correct.
I had a conversation with the phenom the other day. He came in here, okay, and I am constantly aware of the your there.
Yeah.
All these words that it's because I hung around with a bunch of copy editors and people like that.
I do pretty good at that stuff.
Right, but the fact of the matter is that even those people will make a typo or a mistake. They're not some type of superhuman that they don't make a mistake. The fact of the matter is, if you teach a kid nowadays, these are the correct words, here they are, they will get made fun of by their other peers for using the word wrong. And I think this happens to adults too as well. If I accidentally use the wrong there in a sentence, or your or whatever, I immediately go back and I'm looking at it, and I you're so guilted into correcting yourself.
Oh yeah, I do that too. Like, have you send text? I find myself sending text, and then I correct the word right after I fuck up. I fuck up one word, and I'm like, oh, this. I'm like, not that.
I think that's our generation though. Nowadays, they don't give a flying fuck. They're just using Bitmoji, Ojimoji, Doji Kojis to do all this fucking bullshit. I want to get laid. I want a peach moji with the fucking, eggplant and the PG thing. And it's just like, fucking, what the hell's going on? So, back to what I was saying before. I am just like in this weird state with my child now where Red and I are trying to like, okay, we see what's going on. We see where this is heading. We see where this whole fucking shit's going down, and we're like, we got to head this shit off at the pass. This is the difference between co-parenting in one household versus co-parenting in two households.
It's much more work.
Absolutely, because you got to have not just the communication between you and the child,
between the parent.
Absolutely. So how do you do that with her? Because she's all the we tried to just pull the wool over our parents' eyes. So we're smart. We know what's going on.
Well, the nice thing is my ex-wife and I both like did all kinds of terrible stuff when we were younger, and we're both like fucking wild children, like ran rampant. So we catch her on a lot of things because she knows what she did and I know what I did, and we're like, hey, I used to pull this bullshit. What about you? Yeah, hell, fuck yeah, I did worse. I did this.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's a rite of passage for a kid to try to get away with some shit the way that the thing is, I don't know what my parents try to get away with. And the fact of the matter is, our parents did not have the internet. They didn't have phones. They didn't have all of these ways where we can fuck shit up. Oh, yeah. We are kind of lucky to have that transitional period where we went from none of that shit
to like all of it.
To all of it. So if they're trying to pull some shit on us, we're like, yeah, whatever. We're not naive. We know what's going on. We know what's happening. So this is what's going on right now. Anyway, this is some serious bullshit, Kleen.
Well, it is. It is.
So you're seriously gonna consider her bringing in here? I have no problem with them.
I think we have to. I
have no problem with them coming in.
It's a rite of passage.
I do, and I need we need some people to hand this shit off to at some point.
Eventually, I joke and tell her, she's like, "Oh no, Dad, I wouldn't want to do that." Just she laughs because I'm like, "Yeah, you'd want to do this. This is cool."
The part about it to me over the course of the years, and I've said this a million times, I was a nervous, shy, stuttering little kid who didn't have a voice at all, and I think that's mainly led to whatever I'm saying right now. I don't care. I like when my voice is out there, and I like getting my feelings off my chest. I say to myself, I don't want to go to a therapist, because a therapist to me, some type of shrink, all that kind of stuff, it's this. You go to a shrink for a couple of reasons. You want some help. You want some things that you're going through. You want to get through that, right? But what's in the shrink's best interest? That you keep coming back.
Well, of course, because they want to make that $100 an hour or whatever it is.
So what they do is they want to help you. They do. The genuine ones, they will help you.
They really don't help you. What they do is they have you. They talk to you in a way that you solve your own problems. They like, how does that make you feel? What do you think this would be They ask you probing questions.
But then they give you assignments, and then they bring you back the next week to like go over that thing and remind you of all of the things you thought about the week before. So in a sense, what you're doing is you're repeating the same week. You're doing a little Groundhog's Day of all of your problems over and over and over
Which
and
just
over.
keeps you more fucked
and you're
up.
constantly reminded of all the shit that you're dealing with over and over and over. And you know as well as I do, the positive thinking and creating things in your brain that come to life, that doesn't come from a fucking shrink. That comes from your own brain and doing stuff.
Exactly.
And it's getting over the shit that you did, and you can't live in the past.
No.
So reminding yourself of the past over and over and over again helps nothing in the future.
Exactly.
It just doesn't.
Do like Mr. Kleen does. Just drink a fucking boatload and say fuck last week. It works for me.
For everybody.
It's definitely not for everybody.
It's not for everybody's liver. That's for goddamn sure.
I'm not telling you not to go to therapy and do all your things, but you know as well.
Fuck your therapist. That's what I'm telling you.
Is she?
Hey, you know, if male or female.
Is she hot?
Hopefully your therapist is hot.
Hey, you don't say that.
Oh, goddamn. You ever think about going to a shrink?
No.
No, I've never ever in my entire life thought it's time for me to think about going to a shrink.
Because I'm smart enough to understand they're going to ask me all the same questions I can ask myself. So, and I almost have a psychology degree. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I'm 3 classes away from a psych degree.
You are a psycho. That's all I do.
I'm a psycho, American psycho.
So that's my take on. I need to go back and watch that movie.
That was a fucking twisted movie.
Did you watch it again?
I haven't. We should watch it together and do a review.
I was thinking that. Let's do it like a
movie review.
We should get Endo and Cooch and you and I to watch American Psycho again. See what their take is on it. I would love it. In fact, what we should do is let's watch the movie, but not discuss it after. And then get them in the studio, or we should watch it live in the studio and then discuss it afterwards. That would be a fucking great thing.
That would be fucking hilarious. That movie is very twisted.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
I remember enough that remember it was really fucked up.
So this is an interesting dilemma because like last night, we have a little intervention with the kid, not to be completely on the child tip on this one, but dude, Red gets a hold of me. She's like, we definitely need to talk to her about her social because the night prior. She was up at 3 a.m. resetting Google passwords. So I'm like, what are you doing up at 3 a.m.? Now, simply just take the phone out of the equation. If you're up at 3 a.m., you're not getting the proper amount of sleep that you possibly could need.
No.
Which explains a lot why she's acting like a little fucking twat, okay? Because she does. She is a grumpy little bitch. Now, the reason I can say that is because she's like me. If I don't get my sleep, if I don't get my food, I don't get my coffee, I don't have a beer, I don't use... I hate to say this, multiple chemical imbalances kind of a thing. That's how us artists are. We operate on different levels of energy. We do. So I told her, I said, you cannot be up at 3 a.m. and think you're going to have a productive day the next day. I said, so we're taking her phone from her. I'm just fucking beating the mic. We're taking her phone. We're monitoring all social activity. Kleen, do you monitor social activity?
I tried to. We both tried to a certain degree. I mean, it's, they get a little tricky certain times,
How have you had this where they're tricky?
Well, they tried. You knew about in the past, she got a little drunk for the first time with her friend at the sleepover.
You discovered this. How did you do that?
Her friend's mom caught them and realized how much of the vodka was gone and how much of the rum was gone. And they didn't drink much. They probably drank 3 shots each.
Kleen, oh my God.
And the mom had the bottle marked and her daughter didn't know it and caught him that way.
Are you remembering all the times you did this when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was way older than her though. I was a late bloomer.
I was as well. And I didn't really come into my own as far as drinking went until probably close to into my early 20s.
I was 19.
It was not in my teens at all.
19 for my first time I got drunk.
This is a concern from I think the biggest issue of all of this is we treated her as much like a, I don't know. I think it was wrong for us to treat her like an equal at a younger age.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think it's our generation though, because we had I don't know about you, but I'm assuming you came from old school parents like I did. They were pretty strict to a certain degree, and they checked on you. If you went over your friend's house, my parents would call out a friend's house. I just want to make sure that Mike's there, blah, blah,
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I learned that I couldn't get away with shit because they were hawking on everything.
Well, this is the thing. We're catching her doing stuff. Even last night after intervention time, Red gets a hold of me just as we do this podcast right here. And she says that she took her phone last night under the new, what do they call that? Curfew of phone hours. Okay.
There you go.
So she texted me this morning and says, we have a problem. And I'm like, what is the problem?
Oh, no.
She goes, well, first of all, she says it in a humorous way. Houston, we have a problem. She says, I think she snuck out of her room, grabbed my MacBook and signed into that. I'm going to investigate. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She couldn't go. The first night of her under this new requirement of going to bed without the phone being in mom's room, all these things, she sneaks out of the bed. She goes to the mom's computer, logs into that,
sends her messages,
and does some stuff that way. So according to this, Red just has told me she absolutely did. What do we do? This is serious. She's an addict. She's an addict. She's
an addict.
What the fuck was she thinking? So, how should I approach this?
Change the password to Going Deep. That way she knows she's caught if she figures it out. Number 1. And number 2, you got to take the technology away. That's what we did.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's her. I talked to the Phenom the other day about that too.
2 weeks.
And I said, hey, tell me your policy on this stuff. He goes, oh yeah, we had to take social away from the boys because they were just becoming assholes. They were just becoming mean. They were becoming assholes. And yeah, everybody, this is the inner workings of a podcasting dad here. Okay, trying to figure shit out with a teenage daughter.
Yeah. Well,
this is what you're going to get now these days. Until I think we should bring them in before they're 18 to discuss this shit. Get them on the right fucking track. I'm not saying that we're anywhere near on the right track, but I tried to explain to her yesterday. These tools are not the buffet that feeds you. You don't have to sit there and just consume from these devices. Create from these devices. Make a video. Sit there, make a music, make a song.
Make an appropriate video. Tell them that. Not an OnlyFans.
Write a poem into the text app. Go take photography. Do pictures. Use the tool as something you can create with. And that's what Steve Jobs, I think, probably wanted when he created this thing. Don't use this thing as your fake mom and dad who aren't there at the time, or all your friends, and connecting to all your friends and thinking this thing is going to satisfy me in some way, because you're just going to end up this empty shell of a person who doesn't have anything that you've created and made. Just use it as a tool, everybody.
Right.
Use the tool. Final words. Let's do it, Kleen.
As usual, clean it if it's dirty.
That was a deep one, Kleen.
Oh, it's always deep.
Hey, you don't say that.
I'm a kid. This is the Going Deep show. If you have some comments or questions about what we just discussed, this is kind of the thing we're going to be bringing up, I think, over the course of the next few episodes. Every one of us old guys here who did podcasts has kids now, and we have to deal with them. So bear with us as we dive super deep into some shit, but it is what it is. We'll see you soon. Chill to the next one.